Chopin probably wrote this waltz in the last couple of years of his life, between 1847 and 1849, and it was published posthumously in 1860. It's a rondo. It's mostly rather sad, written in A minor, but with a slightly happier section in the middle in A major, in the tonic major. The left hand is a typical cha-cha bass, so we need a good strong bass note. I recommend practicing perhaps 4 bars, just the first 4 bars. Just the bass notes, finger 5 each time. We want a big, deep, rich, round sound. I call these high drops. We're dropping down onto these notes. Check that the wrist stays level. If the wrist drops, we lose the tone. Keep the wrist level. My hand is like a parachute. It drops down. I'm playing on the pad of the finger and then rolling onto the tip. So my arm is rolling forward. It's very supple. The cha-cha chords need to be very, very soft. So keep the fingers close to the keys. Don't lift up high. Keep them close. I'm taking the chord. Again, I'm playing on the pad and rolling onto the tip. I'm rolling forwards from the shoulder. The elbow is moving forwards. I'm walking in on the second chord rather than playing it in the same place. I'm allowing more suppleness by walking in. You could practice on the first beat and the third beat to give you more time to find your chord. Or to give you more time to find your bass note, you play on the first and the second beat. You could add an extra beat, have 4 beats in the bar. And then play it as it actually should be. Pedalling, we're going to need to use a little bit of half pedalling. We obviously want to change the pedal, a full pedal change on the first beat of each bar for the new chord, the new harmony. But we're also going to want to change it a little bit on the second and sometimes the third beat so that it's not too smudgy in the right hand. Practice, watch my pedal. I'm just going to change the pedal on the first beat, but the little tiny, quick, short half pedal on the second beat. So you can hear some of the sound goes, but not all of it, and we'll lose a lot of the right hand sound there. So there I half changed the pedal on the third beat as well in the third bar, so we've got quavers all the way through the right hand. The main thing about pedaling is to use your ears. Pedal with your ears. Listen to the sounds. If it sounds too smudgy, change the pedal more frequently or lift the pedal a little bit higher to change it. Of course, somewhere like bar 8, where it's all a C major chord, we're going to hold the pedal. We don't need to do a half pedal there. Then change for the new phrase. Or bar 16, we're going to do all a C major chord. Just hold the chord with the one pedal. With the ornaments, there's always the question of before the beat or on the beat. Music of this period, Romantic music, ornaments are very often before the beat. Baroque music, they're usually played on the beat, but here I think we're before the beat. So if we take bar 3 and 4, we need played before the beat. The fingering I recommend is finger 2, 4, 3, rather than, for instance, 2, 3, 2. If there's an opportunity to change the finger, not have a 2 repeated, played twice, do change it. So 2, 4, 3 is a very nice fingering. We have that repeatedly, bars 18, 19, 20, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3, 2, 4, 3. And because they're coming down the piano, you could get softer on for each bar there. Get softer as we go down. That leads us to bar 21, where we've got this arpeggio. And I recommend practicing it backwards. The top is always more tricky than the bottom. So practice the last note, last 2 notes, 3 notes, 4 notes. So, now, this is really awkward. Don't even think about trying to play it legato. If you do, we're going to have a very lot of tension here as we put in this awkward twist. The pedal will be down. It will hold the sound. Keep the alignment here so the hand is always, the fingers are in a straight line with the arm without some silly twist. So keep the alignment. Back a note, back a note, back a note again. We've got this. Keep the hand in alignment with the arm. Now here I practice this lots and lots at the top and hardly gone from the bottom. This is the important bit. So backwards practice, strongly to be recommended. Then think about the pulse here. We've got a triplet and then a quintuplet. Feel, accent the beat. 1, 1, 1. And then think about the shaping. Probably we'll start softer and grow up to the top. Rubato, we need a little bit of subtle rubato. Each bar can be different, but for instance we might move through the first beat of the bar. In bar 1, with bar 2 we've got quavers there, and then we might just linger a little bit over the crotchets or the minim at the second and third beats of the bar. Bar 3 we've got quavers all the way through, so we might move on through that a little bit more. Just feel what the music seems to say to you, but just shaping it a little bit with the timing. We'll probably want a tiny slowing down towards the end of each phrase, section. At bar 7 and 8 we'll just slow down a little bit before we start. Again, bar 15 and 16 perhaps a little bit more slowing down because this is the end of the A section. Sorry. Now we're into a B section, a new section. So more showing the structure by slowing down before a new section. I think we probably want quite a big rit pause at bar 40 the second time, because then we're going into the final iteration of the A section. It's like the recapitulation. We're going back home now. So I'm actually using the una corda here. Dynamics. Now, Chopin didn't write any dynamics. But of course we need to have lots of variety. We don't want it to be a grey mezzo, piano, mezzo forte throughout. One could decide to, I think one probably wants to vary the repeats. One could play each of the repeats a little bit softer than it happens the first time, or one could sometimes decide to play the repeat stronger than the first time. I think when one's playing strongly in the right hand, one definitely wants a very good, strong left hand on the first beat of the bar, bass note. So for instance, bar 17, I'm quite strong there. I think we need this bass note here coming through good and clear. For instance, bar 33, the climax, we're building up to the climax. Again, it's this bass note, it's an E, it's the dominant of A major or A minor. Dominant, always an important note. We need this big and strong. So at bar 33, and then another interesting note, not necessarily strong, but we want to point it out, make it clear. At bar 51, there's a rest in the right hand, no sound on the right hand, an E again in the left hand, I think. We just need to be clear on that while there's nothing else. And then 2 bars later in bar 53, again, there's a silence, a rest in the right hand. It's quite soft, but we just need to ping that out. And in fact, there at 53 it's a C, and the next bar it's a D, and the next bar it's an E down the octave. So we need to just be sure that we're aware of that progression. Might want to use the una chorda some places. I use it bar 33 to 40. The first time it's a climax and I play it, it is the climax, and I play it the first time with big strong sounds, and then for the repeat I have a surprise and I play it softly. It's still the climax, it's still really important, really interesting, but I like to change the quality with an una chorda pedal. And also the last 8 bars, slightly more wistful. Have the una chorda pedal. You don't have to, but it's something you could consider doing. I'm going to play through the piece now and just describe the dynamics that I feel I'm using as I go through. And you could do it like this, or you do it completely differently, your own way. I'm going to start fairly strong.